In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys the top 25 tips that you must know to improve on console. But this is not going to be anything like my other tip videos because they can become very repetitive. So instead, what I did was I had you guys comment on my YouTube video about 2 weeks ago your issues, and I was going to respond to all of them. I was flooded with comments, so I decided to make a video on it. I'm taking your comments and showing you them in-game on how to fix it. We're going to be talking about stuff like callouts, roaming, positioning, when to get aggressive, when to get passive, all this stuff, and many more is going to be shown in this video, so be sure to stick around. I'll have it all timestamped for you as well, but these are all your comments, so let's get into the video. But before we get into today's video, I want to talk about today's sponsor, R6 Tracker. Now, with this tracker, you can literally see everything that you can actually think of. As you see here, on my PC account, unranked, but it tells me what the highest on this account that I was. I can go look at my recent match history. Oh, I played casual and 4-2, 2KD, solid. I can actually see all of my operators. Like, if I want to see who's my who's my worst operator and who's my best operator. Oh, okay, my best operator right now is Twitch. Something else is really cool about this is, let's say I look at my teammates and I'm like, okay, I wonder how good my teammate is. I can then take this app and I can actually even just type in his name. It'll come up on the live match stat over here, as well as if I just go to the search bar, I can look it up as well. I think one of my favorite parts is definitely when you can go into the live match and see exactly who you are versing. You can see who's on the other team, you can see who's on your team, you can see their KD, their stats, their best operator played, or the most operator played. You can see the average MMR, the entire lobby, you can see your win percentage. You can literally see everything with this app. So I would definitely recommend getting this app. I literally use it every single day. And that being said, I'll have a link down below as well if you want to go download it. But let's get into this video. Alright, so now for the first tip, this guy said, my problem is that it's hard for me to know when to play aggressive and when to play passive. I know my callouts, but I miss a lot of shots. Maybe I crash more than I actually aim. If you want to know how to play aggressive and when to play passive, I'm going to show you, generally how to dictate that and know what to do. I'm going to try and make it as fast and simple as I can because a lot of tips and I don't want to, over talk. So the first thing I want to talk about, if you want to know when to play aggressive and when to play passive, is going to be based off of your operator, right? If I'm playing, let's say, Thermite, I don't want to run up these stairs in Oregon because if I could die from here, I could die from in here. Obviously, I'd want to go push up here and get control of the main wall. But let's say I'm playing Finka, right? You want to know when you have to get aggressive and when to decide. It's going to come down to a couple things. Time management and what type of map control you need to take. For example, if I need to get my Thermite into Master Bedroom, right? I need to take control of Armory. I need to take control of Trophy, and I need to take control of Master, obviously. So, if I need to get aggressive, what I'm going to do is I'm obviously going to drone out, but I'm going to get aggressive on Armory, I'm going to get aggressive in the hallway, I'm going to get aggressive into the Trophy, to then take map control and allow myself to, let the Thermite go and plant. Now, I'm not going to get aggressive, I'm just going to walk in here. You're being over the top for that. You want to get map control, so that's when you want to take aggression. Have someone drone you out, take aggression, okay? When to play passive, though, is a whole other thing. Another time that you might want to get aggressive is going to be based off of how many people you have left. If I'm in a 1v4 and there's 30 seconds left, obviously I need to get aggressive. Let's say I'm attacking, I need to plant the bomb, I need to kill some people so that way I can go for a plant. Or if I'm defending as well, look at the time management, how many people are left. Okay, there's 4 people left, I need to get aggressive, so that we don't plant the bomb and get map control and hold better angles. Now, as defender, when to play passive? Okay, so if I'm playing a defender and I'm in this bomb site, right? I don't need to be standing here holding an angle, swinging this. They have to come and plant. Another reason why you might want to play passive is on defense if you're in like a clutch situation, or if you're in a 1v1. Let's say, they have to come plant the bomb. There's only 30 seconds. They have to plant the bomb. I'm sure I have a clip up on screen. It was a 1v2 with me as Jaeger. I didn't have to get aggressive. I had to wait for them to come and plant, so that's why I allowed them to come in. I allowed them to push me. I didn't have to go swing people. I know they have to plant, so all based off of time management. Now for the next tip, this guy said aim. Like, I know every single step. I swear I have the game sense of a diamond, but I'm hard stuck plot 2 to 1. I'm only able to push shots where I want. Any suggestions? I do change my Sens a lot, like 5 times a day, and I know that is bad. I play 100, 190 FOV, but I don't know if you have any suggestions regarding Sens. Now, this is going to go for all of you, whether or not you play on a fast or low Sens. Aim is very simple, right? Very simple tip is like this. Literally clear the top floor of house, sit by this ammo crate, and sit here and just shoot at a wall and keep practicing your recoil control, keep practicing that, and then even just go do T-hunts and TDMs. Very simple, that's all you need to know. I promise you, keep doing that, you will help your aim. Now, for your sensitivity, that sense is way too high for you. You do not need 100 vertical ever. You do not need... You can use 100 horizontal, that's not bad. I would personally lower it a little bit if it's a little too fast, but you never need 100 vertical. I used to use it, it's a mistake, because you're going to have many inconsistencies due to the fact you're on a controller. So what I would try to do for you is lower your horizontal down to 80, lower your vertical down to about 50, I don't think you really need anything at all vertical above 50. You're not looking up like that. It's just going to mess you up. 90 FOV solid, and stop changing your sensitivity. Change this one more time and lower it down a good amount and stick with it. You're going to be bad with it at first, but get used to it. I promise you, you'll do better. This guy said, being able to consistently get kills and get good angles. I try my best, but I get killed when I try to attack by people roaming when I drone. Alright, so first, if we want to talk about angles and stuff like that, getting kills is just going to happen as you play more, as you play how it's supposed to be played, you know, go for the objective, open walls. But if you want to get better angles, you have to use stuff around the map like it's an open sandbox, especially on attack. If you're talking about attack for this situation for getting good angles, you have to use your surroundings, your soft walls, open breach, stuff like that. Let me show you. One thing that I have to do, let's say on Clubhouse, for example, I play Zero a lot if they're upstairs. What I do, this is normally reinforced, right? What I'll do is I place one of my hard breach devices right here, okay? And then I go over, I place another one on this wall. With both of these open, it allows me to have a ton of different angles. For example, I peek this, I can see anyone on the stairs, I can see anyone in this back corner, and I can see anyone on the rotate that is usually right there if they do have a rotate or head holes, and I can watch anyone that hops in through the window. You get better angles on attack based off of taking map control and using the walls, soft walls, and everything to your advantage. Another good way to get angles is just, like I said, use the map around to your advantage. Doesn't matter if you're on attack or defense. Look at this another angle. See, I'm in garage. I shoot open this wall. I can see into stock, which is a common spot for attackers to push. Okay, you're really just going to have to use your surroundings, whether it's from rotate holes, from punch holes, and like I said, on attack, really just use your surroundings. Also, don't hold wide angles. If you're trying to stop roamers or trying to catch roamers off guard, hold tighter angles, hold spots that are not predictable. This guy said, can you show the best visual settings? It feels like I can never see my enemies, bro. I got you. Best visual settings, I play on 70 brightness. Some people think it's too much. I used to even play on 75. It's really up to you. It doesn't matter. Like, I like playing on a higher brightness because people just sit in corners and use the most disgusting, absurd skins, so I can't see them. So, for me, brightness 70 to 75 is what I like. It's solid. This guy said, I blame my teammates too much for my mistakes. This is a big problem. I know it's a lot of people, and what you have to do with this is you have to just stop doing it. And I know it sounds a lot harder than it is, but if you keep blaming your teammates for your mistakes, you'll never actually learn from your mistakes. Because if I die from a certain angle, and I'm like, oh, my teammate was supposed to be covering me. Oh, how come my teammate wasn't there? And you don't actually analyze and, like, tell yourself, oh, okay, I probably should have been watching this. Or, oh, okay, he was on that angle for this reason. I have to make sure I pre-fire that next time. If you don't give yourself a mental note of why you're making mistakes, you're going to never actually learn, and you're going to be in a constant loop of dying to the same thing, dying to stupid stuff, dying to literally so many things. But if you just sit down and admit that you're wrong, admit why you died, and just look at the reason why you died, and just try and think why you died, it will help you a ton. Even if your teammates control you, I know they can. I solo queued the champion. It was horrible. But I still always told myself, okay, what did I do wrong? What could I have done better? And helped me learn a lot. This guy said, the one thing I struggle with is callouts. I always forget them or mix them up. If you want to learn callouts, I got you. One, obviously, if you want to learn callouts, look at the compass. It says at the bottom, wherever you are. Like, see, I'm in bar right now. I go in here, I'm in cocktail lounge. Pay attention to that whenever you need to give a callout. Be like, if you don't know the certain area, look down, and you can just say where it is. Now, if you want a more in-depth detail of every single callout in the game, I got you. Go to YouTube and type in Rainbow Six callouts, okay? The best videos that you can watch are going to be the Astralis R6 channels. I actually did a video on the top 15 Rainbow Six Siege callouts about a year ago. I did that on their channel. On top of that, you have people like Timsy and Atheno, and like I said, Astralis, who have a ton of callout videos for each map and for all of the ones that you need to know. So be sure to just go check those out if you want to know, because they are definitely a full video length, and I can't really just give you a tip on callouts, besides, obviously, the compass. This guy said, the issue have I play scared when I'm in a 1v5. When I play passive, don't know when to get aggressive. I know how to anchor as a defender. I should have struggled reading that, but essentially what you want to do if you're in a 1v5 or if you're in any clutch situation is you want to break it down to a 1v1 as often as you can, right? Let's say, for example, I'm on Cafe, I'm in a 1v5, I'm in this bomb site. What would I want to do first, okay? There's no problem with letting them plant if there's a lot of time or there's other people you need to worry about. Don't really worry about the planter right away. Obviously, if there's limited time and you can kill that planter and run before they can go for it again, that's different. But in 1v5, you're going to want to essentially limit yourself to one person per 1v1, because you can't take a 1v2 at the same exact time. So you want to, in any clutch situation, use your positioning. For example, let's say somebody's going to come. I would like try and push this hallway. I'd get aggressive because it's a 1v5. I have to get aggressive to get kills, to stop them from being able to plant the bomb, get out, do all that stuff, okay? So what you want to do in a 1v5, 1v3, 1v4, get aggressive. You do not want to be passive in a clutch situation. If you want to, maybe hold an angle for a couple seconds if you want to bait people out, because people do tend to get very aggressive in like 1v5s. But for the most part, get aggressive, play stupid. There is no way to play smart in terms of a clutch. There is in like time management, but actually taking gunfights, like you need to get aggressive. You need to play aggressive, and you need to get ready to take them. Try and limit yourself to the 1v1. Try and take down as many people as you can. For example, let's say I was clutching up. I would probably come into here, try and take out anyone's cigar, try and take out anyone in the, CS, and then from there and then on, see where people are going. Play it based off of your positioning, how many people are left, if the bomb is down, if the bomb isn't down. There's a lot that goes into a clutch, but the biggest thing about clutches are you have to bring it down to a 1v1 for each gunfight. Try and single them out. Alright, so now for this next tip, this guy said, just need help positioning on defense and better aim. I already went over aim, so I'll explain defense positioning. Okay, so I hopped in a casual real quick so I can just show you what I would do on defense. I'm not going to place my Melissa's down, obviously do that. I just want to show you, right? So if I'm going to position myself, it's all going to be based off of what operator I go. I'm Melusi, so I don't really need to anchor. I can kind of like soft roam if I want to. So for example, I can roam inside of admin if I want to. One way to find good positioning on defense is look at that clock, 8 seconds. Let me go on cams. Let's try and figure out where they're going to push. I know common pushes are the big, triple windows for the other bomb site, which I can, just go play over there. Or I can look on these cams, see which ones get taken out first, okay? It appears that they have not shot out any cams yet. Now they shot out the cam over by garage. The garage cam has been taken out. So I know, okay, they spawned over garage. No one's really spawned over here yet. I could either go and position myself over there, or another way, without having to do that, is look where your teammates are sitting. I don't need to sit over there right now, because my teammates are over there. So instead, I should be in a spot where it's less populated, where it's still likely for someone to come to. Okay? You don't want to have everyone build up on one area. But if I hold over here, from this spot, I can hold the Visa Stairs. I can hold admin. There's a lot that I can hold from here, and I figure out my positioning based off of where my teammates are going. And it's much better if you're in a 5-stack, you can communicate and say, okay, I'll watch this, but if you're solo queuing, this is what you have to do. Look where your teammates are sitting, and based off that. Alright, my bad. I had to clutch up real quick. As I was saying, though, the positioning is going to be based off of who you're playing as, where your teammates are, and obviously rotate when teammates die if it's a pivotal area. Try and get, map control again as a defender. But really just, if you're solo queuing, look around for your teammates. But if you're in a stack, communicate. This guy said, I'm dying too early. This is a big struggle I have a lot of people that come up and ask me about, as well as I have this happen to me a lot as well. Whenever this happens to me, if I notice I'm being first picked, I'm dying way too early, the way that you fix this quite easily is you change up what you're doing. So if I'm playing entry and I'm on Finca and I keep getting smoked, I'm going to ace. I'm letting other people do the work for a little bit, reset my mental, allow myself to bounce back, give myself the time to bounce back. Or if I'm playing with people who are just not that good and I need to be the entry, what I'll do is I'll, 1, drone out more. If I'm dying way too much on attack first, I'm not droning out enough. I need to drone out more. 2, I'll go do a T-hunt, I'll take a break and get my aim better, because my aim just might not be there right now. I might have to just go get it warmed up. 3, I have to obviously work off of communication and callouts, because that could be why I'm dying. Now, if you're on defense and this is happening, if you're roaming, go sit inside. Listen, just go be an anchor, switch it up, reset your mental, go sit inside to where you physically cannot die first, but still play aggressive. If you're dying on defense as well first, stop peeking stuff so early, or stop peeking stuff when you shouldn't be. Just play it more laid back. They have to push you. It is defense for a reason. Let them come to you. Literally just sit inside and hold an angle. They'll wind up coming to you. This guy said, my issue has always been inconsistent mechanics. I don't know what it is. Some days I feel like I'm the best player to ever pick up a controller, and other days I feel like E2 possessed me. I can also never really find a sense that fits me. Tips. I got you. Inconsistency is something that I have a struggle with too. There'll be times when I'll go on and I'll stream and I'll be so bad, but then when I'm off stream, I'm chilling. Inconsistency comes from either a lack of confidence or your environment that you're in. If you do really good one game, you just need to just do the same thing next game, except do different stuff and play it based off of your surroundings and positioning and everything, because there's times where I'll just be playing really bad one game. I take a step back and look, why did I play that bad that game? Was it my positioning? Was I being put in situations where I just couldn't take gunfights? Was I missing all my shots? Try and narrow it down to figure out why you did bad that one game, so that way you can fix it the next game and not repeat this, oh my god, I'm going to do so bad, oh my god, I'm going to do so bad. As well as look at the people you're playing with. Don't play with people who are going to just be a very toxic environment and, you know, nitpick everything you do. Because if you do that, it's going to cause you to overthink, and it's what happens to me a lot. Another thing is when I'm streaming, I get very nervous, and I start to overthink stuff. So the way I've been battling it with myself is I warm up, show myself, okay, I'm chilling, I'm good. I relax, just slow everything down, focus on the actual game. If you're playing inconsistent, take a step back and focus on the game. Just focus on droning out, taking map control, getting kills, and communicating a push to your team. Focus on that. Don't focus on KD. Don't focus on kills. Don't focus on anything else. Just focus. Just narrow it down. Be like, okay, I have to drone out. Okay, guys, where should we push? Okay, I'm still a Q. I'm going to go follow my teammates and push this way. Don't think of anything else. Just focus on that. And I promise you'll start to do better, because you start to really only care about the actual push or the actual round instead of how you're performing as a whole. This guy said, I'm D3, it's my first time, and I suck with positioning. I have a 0.9 KD, like my position and op picking sucks when I'm in a 5 stack, but when I duo or trio, I can be better and play off them. I need help with my positioning and decision making. Okay, I've kind of went over the decision making and positioning for the most part. I was talking about, you know, when to play aggressive and play passive. That would be decision making. But I do want to, you know, take a note on two things here. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about here is op picking. All you need to do for op picking is find an op that you can be comfortable on that will help your team. Like, for example, Finka. Very good operator in terms of clearing utilities. She has grenades and she has a Gon 6. Ace Thermite Habana. You need someone to open a wall. Nomad or Gridlock, you need someone for a flank watch on some sites. Maverick, if you know certain sites, there's going to be Cades that you're not going to be able to get. It's all going to be based off of what the team is already bringing or what you feel comfortable playing. Op picking is very simple. It just really comes down to what you're comfortable playing, what ops you like. But the thing I wanted to point out here is he said, I have a 0.9 KD. Listen, KD does not matter at all. If you have 0.9 KD, good for you. It doesn't matter. As long as you're winning games and you're playing how you're supposed to be playing, that's all that matters. Don't listen to anyone who says anything about KD. A 0.9 KD is not even that bad, okay? Like, just focus on playing the game. One, your KD will go up if you focus on how you're going to play the game, how you're going to play the round, how you're going to get the elo of that game. Focus on that. Don't focus on kills. Focus on clearing, you know, roam clearing, droning, stuff like that. And your KD will go up when you stop thinking about it. Alright, this was kind of a tip, but it's just something that Miko posted. He said on my video, also, if you're not playing aggros, MnKs, never rarely hold angles. Normally, hold passive angles and rely on audio to guesstimate where they're at. Mixing up playing passive and angles and playing abnormally aggressive will keep them guessing and ultimately frustrate them and get in their heads. This is very true about MnK on console, okay? If you're going to be versing MnK players on console, they freak out if you get aggressive against them because they are very aggressive players. So when you kind of do it right back to them, they won't expect it, and you'll smoke their pack. Also, holding angles that would not be very predictable, because a lot of times people who play MnK will probably run a LMG and pre-fire you off of any angle they throw on. So if you know you're versing MnK players, start to play different, start to act different, start to play in weirder spots, start to just make sure you obviously drone at everything. And if you're playing MnK players, base it off of positioning. Try and have the better positioning. Like I said, I play controller, PC, diamonds, champions, it doesn't matter. And I'm always versing MnK players, like legit MnK players, and I only got to that rank due to my positioning, because obviously MnK is better aim. But like he said here, you know, switch it up, passive aggressive, start to play more aggressive, hold better angles, and do all that, and you will have a much better chance of winning against MnK players. This guy said, I struggle with playing properly with a team. I do just fine when I solo queue, but as soon as I play with a team, I seem to do just terrible, and get nervous that my teammates might think down on me and insult me. I'm not sure how to find the right people to play with or how to play better with the team. Even when I run support, I just seem to play my support ability and die. Now, this is something that I have a struggle with as well, where it comes down to my nerves get the best of me. I have terrible anxiety, and especially something I really enjoy and I want to do good in, my anxiety is horrible. So let me explain to you what I do and something that has helped me a ton. 1, not play support. Okay, this is going to sound crazy, but play who you're comfortable playing. If you start playing operators just to help, you know, your team because you don't want them to make fun of you. It's one thing if you want to play operators to help your team in general. You're like, oh, yo, we need this. I'm going to go him. That's different. But if you start only playing operators who the team needs because you don't want someone to, like, make fun of you, or, like, you know, you want that, like, a little backbone of, oh, if I do bad because I'm playing support. Like, no. Play operators that you feel comfortable playing. Don't go play an operator that you're not comfortable, that you're not confident in using. That's number 1. Number 2, if you're worried about playing bad with your team, don't play with them. Like, there's so many groups of people that I just don't play with because I know it's going to be toxic and I know it's going to be weird, so I'd rather not deal with that. If you still, let's say they're your only friends that you really have and you're just like, you want to play with them, but you're so nervous that they may think down on you, because that happens to me too. I have a group of friends like that too. I love playing with them, but I get scared. What I do for this is I, warm up before I go play with them, right? Focus on warming up. Just be like, I'm chilling. Look, show yourself. Go into a TDM. Got like 15, 20 kills in TDM. Show yourself you're a good player. You deserve to be where you are, and just play off that. Take operators you're comfortable with when you're nervous. Focus on the round, not the kills, okay? Like I mentioned earlier, if you are playing and you are nervous, focus on the round. And if you want to play better with a team, make a plan. Literally tell your teammates, hey, where do you want to go? Hey, we should go here. Or, hey, how should we push this? Drone me in. Stuff like that. Communicate it will help your team and it will help you a lot, but make a plan. This guy said, please make a video on how to stop overthinking and situational awareness because I struggle with them. Now, I just talked about overthinking. Like I said, focus on making a plan that will help you, but I want to focus about situational awareness. Now, what is situational awareness? It kind of ties into positioning, but it's also a little bit different. Let me explain. Obviously, with positioning, you just want to use your surroundings and stuff like that, but that's how to position yourself to take a gunfight. Situational awareness, I feel, is different, and it's more of just knowing what is around you and being very cautious of it. A way to figure this out to where, like, so if you're pushing up, for example, if I'm pushing up here, I don't walk down here standing up and walk down here without looking here, without looking here, without looking here. Not really, like, you know, being aware to my surroundings. That's something you need to be doing when you want to improve your situational awareness. Stuff that's going to help you with this is going to be drones. Quite literally throw a drone out, see where there's rotates, see where there's holes, see where people are sitting, so that way you know what to be careful of. Flanks, you know, like nomads are good for that, to stop, you know, to block off certain areas you don't have to worry about, but stuff like that is going to help you. Another thing is, like I said, use your surroundings. For example, if I'm pushing down here, I'm not going to stand up like this pushing down. No, what would I do? I would probably crouch over here so that way I'm not, you know, exposed to my head. I'd probably crouch here, hold a tighter angle, expect someone to be on the server as a common spot, right? Then I might push up over here, expect someone to be possibly holding a rotate or on the rotate because that's a common spot. Then peek over here, check if anyone made a rotate hole here or a shotgun hole here, because that's a common thing for people to do. Situational awareness is going to come down to using your game sense and realizing where there's going to be holes, you know, punch holes, where people are going to sit, stuff like that. And just, like I said, using your surroundings to base off how you should move up on a certain area. Improve that by obviously watching other people and just basing it off of every time you take a situation, drone it out. Now, this guy said, I have good crosshair, but can't control recoil on controller. By the way, I'm a PS4 player. This is a very, very, very simple task. Like I talked about earlier with the aiming tip, let me show you. So all you do for this is you come in here and you clear out the bottom floor or top floor, sit by this ammo crate, and quite literally start up close, shoot, until you start to learn the patterns. Then back up, shoot, until you start to learn the patterns. And keep doing this until you start to learn it, and you'll eventually start to understand how the patterns work, and you'll be able to adjust your sensitivity based off that. Like, you'll learn your sensitivity, you'll learn how much you have to pull down, because on a higher sense, obviously, you don't have to pull down as much. On a lower sense, you have to pull down more. So doing this will allow you to dictate and kind of understand that muscle memory and gain that. Now, obviously, if your aim is all over the place and you can't control recoil, it could be because your sensitivity is too high. Maybe try lowering it. Maybe try that a little bit. That would help a lot, but literally, just come in here and just literally shoot at the wall. Like, quite literally, there's so much wall to shoot. Keep practicing, and then when you need more ammo, refill. Very simple. This guy said, one of the hardest things for me is positioning, and when roaming, where is the best spot to play? Let me show you. So, right, let's say we're downstairs. We're in this bottom bomb site. Let me show you a great way that you can roam, and let me explain why, and it works for just about any map. So normally you have to think, if you're roaming, you want to stop the attackers from taking control of a certain area, or really just make them waste their time. That's the main goal, to waste their time, and if you get kills doing it, then it's even better. Most likely, if they're pushing this site, they're going to take control of open area, right? Luckily, there is hatches. So let me show you. One thing you notice in Pro League a lot is people will open up these hatches, or even in higher ranked elo, they'll open up the hatches. From here, you can use positioning, and you can really just leave these open and just play above. Even if you want to impact the floor over here and watch this, play above. Even if you're not peeking it, it helps because now these people have to take control of it. They have to clear you. They have to waste time, and that is the main goal of a roamer. If you get one kill during roaming, you did your job. If you don't get any, but you waste a whole minute and a half, then good for you. Like I said, main thing is you want to waste time. Does not mean when you're roaming to sit in a corner like this and just do absolute nothing and allow your whole teammates to die, because then you're going to be rushing back to site in a 1v5 and you'll probably get smoked. So what you want to do is you want to find a balance between that. A way for that is to go on cams. Look where they are, look where they're pushing. For example, if they are taking control of main lobby, what I'll do is then I would go and rotate and play main lobby and try and get kills. I'm not gonna get over aggressive if I know they're they're droning me out. I may go and run a little bit and play like a little bit more passive and allow them to push me so I can waste more time, which is what you want to do. But best way to roam is use your cameras to your advantage. Maybe have your teammate go on cams for you that's in sight, so that way you don't get killed on cams, as well as waste time. Make them clear you. Waste as much time as you can. Get a pick. If you can go back to site, go back. But if not, fight for your life. This guy said, I'm struggling to find a sensitivity that I'm happy and good with. Let me make this very quick and simple. I'm sure you guys, if you watch me, you've seen every single sense video I've done, or you've seen a bunch of them that I've done. Very simple. Whatever sense you're on right now, okay? If your aim is bad and you're all over the place, lower it, okay? If you can't turn around fast enough, it feels too slow, increase it. 5 to 10. Do that. Then, after that, if it's, if it feels where you can at least shoot around, leave it. You're not going to be good on a sensitivity right away. You have to gain muscle memory on it, okay? So take the sensitivity and just keep using it and keep using it and keep using it until you can get comfortable on it. It might take a day, might take a week, whatever it may be. You have to gain the muscle memory on it. Otherwise, you are never going to be good on sensitivity no matter what, okay? Keep changing it. You're just going to get worse. So there it is. Use the sensitivity you have right now. Lower it by 5 to 10 maybe, and then stick with it. Now, this next question is something that I get asked a ton, and it's not really like a definite answer to, but I'll explain. This guy said, I usually have a hard time finding a good stack, and just solo queue to plat each season. It's hard to find a nice stack in plat lobbies or that doesn't have a huge ego or impossible to work with. Now, this is what you do. If you are on Xbox and you need to find a stack, you go to the LFG. You go and you look at all the people that are there. Quite literally, you go to the game card, then you go here, and you go to the club. And then when you go to the club, you can go to multiplayer, and there's 1,500 games at 9 p.m. right now. All these games. Now, that does not mean they're all going to be good, but try and find ones, or make a post yourself and be specific if you really only want specific people. I know that the things can be hard, and there might not be good people. Now, if you play on PS4 or PS5, it might be a little harder. I don't know how it works on there, but the best way overall, if you don't want to do this, is try and make friends through Instagram community, to the Twitter community, or what we can do is comment down below your gamer tag, like underneath the pinned comment that I have, so that way you guys can look. So I'm going to make a comment. It's going to say, hey, hope you enjoyed this video. Also, be sure to comment your gamer tag and platform if you want to find people. You comment it down below, and the people in there, you guys can go and add people. Make friends with people. Do it that way, okay? Solid. Alright, so this guy said, Royal, every time I get on Siege after school, I always suck. I think it's because of too much stress. How do you deal with stress? Okay, well, I'm a very stressed out person, obviously. I don't really sleep much. It's horrid. I listen, besides the point. The way I deal with stress is if I am playing Siege and I'm stressed out, I try and do one of two things. Either one, I try and play in a vibe stack, people who are chill, people who I'm chilling with. Or, what I do, if I still want to play Siege, I go on a Smurf. If you go on an account that you don't care about, you will play 10 times better, because you're not thinking, you're not caring about how you do, you're not thinking about any of that. So what I recommend is just play on an alt account, okay? Or play unranked. Don't play ranked if you're stressed out, because it's very hard. Until you can kind of calm yourself down and, just relax, or go play ranked in a vibe stack. That's the best way that I deal with stress when it comes to Siege, is like a Smurf account, or just playing a vibe stack. This guy said, teammates Backseat Gaming all game and bitching and crying at me. One way you deal with this is I'm going to hope that you guys are the teammates that are doing this, because I want to tell it straight to your face. If you are in a stack and you're spectating someone, you have to let them play the round. There's no problem with giving communication and, giving call-outs, but allow one person to do that. You don't want 4 other people and the person who's trying to clutch up ear telling them what to do and getting mad at them. So if you're playing with a group of people, don't do this. One way that you can help your team is go on camps for them. Ping them. Not red ping, yellow ping people. Let them know where people are. Give them clear call-outs. Give them good call-outs, okay? Because if you just start all yelling at them, it's going to bring the vibes down in the stack, and it's going to be very bad. So just focus on giving good call-outs, not being too aggressive, and don't backseat game. I hate that. Let the person play. Alright, so this guy said, knowing when not to peek/swing. Now, I kind of went over, when to play aggressive, when to play passive, but swinging is very different, and I feel like learning to swing comes down to a couple of different things. Now, swinging is obviously if I'm holding this door, and I want to swing this and get a kill. But sometimes, obviously, you'll overswing or you'll swing and get smoked, so you want to learn where to find a balance, and it comes down to a couple things. One of them is time management. You're not going to swing. If you have 10 seconds left and they have to plant, you should not swing that. You want to make them plant the bomb. That's what you need to do. So it's really going to depend based off time management and the scenarios that you're in. But another thing is based off of sound. So if I hear someone's getting very close, I may swing and pre-fire. Okay, before they can pre-fire me. So that's what you want to do. You want to swing before someone can kill you if they're pushing up on you. You don't want to just swing for no reason where someone's holding an angle. If you do that, you want to make sure that you're pre-firing stuff. Because if I swing this, right, I don't know where he is. He knows that I only have to come through this door right here. So his aim is going to be way more precise. So some things you might want to do is use your utility before you swing. You might want to drone out before you swing. Everything's going to come down to using your utility, using your scenario that you're in, and base it off of pre-firing and sound. Alright, so this guy said, one thing I struggle with is to learn all the new strats, like where to go on entry or what op to go on defense and which strats to use and where to go on defense. Now, if you want to do any strat, I would recommend that you play in a stack of some kind, and because you cannot really solo queue and do strats, people just won't listen to you. So the best way to do strats is look at the operators that you have on board. Think about where they're going to go, especially with this attacker repick. You can see where they're going. So let's say, for example, they are downstairs on cafe and bakery, and we say, hey guys, we need to go for a bakery take. Make sure you bring someone for the wall. Make sure you bring a nomad to put inside of prep, and make sure we have someone for grenades to clear utility, right? Make a plan with your team if you're going to go for any strats, if you're going to do any strats, if you're going to do any type of push. And if you're playing entry, make sure that, you get ready to do this, right? You think, for example, take it step by step if you're playing entry. Okay, my first step is I need to drone out or have someone drone me in and check if anyone's behind bakery. Let me be the person to take a gunfight. Let me nade them out. Next, let me let Thermite open up the wall. I have to take, control of prep, and I have to take the guy off of the head glitch. Let me nade him out. That's why I brought nades. That's why I'm playing entry, right? Drone out stuff, learn where they are, stuff like that. But if you don't know any strats, the Astralis R6 channel, I'll throw up on screen, has a ton of videos that I actually did myself as well, where I pretty much show you what operators to bring and where to push and where each operator should go. Great videos I did in the past. Go check them out. But really, you're not gonna be able to strat if you're solo queuing. But if you're getting a stack of any kind, that's what you do. One little tip that I saw someone talking about, I saw a bunch of comments. They were saying, how do I, get good crosshair placement? How do I learn crosshair placement, right? See this barricader here? If you want to learn where head level is, it's right at this buckle. This is head level. That's how you learn. So if you want to, learn where you should be aiming, go up to any barricade door, look at this buckle, the second buckle, from above, like right here. This is head level. Now, you can do headshot only T-hunts. You can walk around and just only shoot head level. But at the same time, you're not going to always be going for headshots. You're really going to want to kind of aim, around the neck to head area. Obviously, headshots are very important if you're pre-firing people on, a bar or people on a head glitch. It's different. But a lot of times, your recoil is going to kick up a little bit, so you probably will end up getting the headshot. But best way to do that is quite literally just practice T-hunts and do TDMs and just focus on headshots and chest and, focus on crosshair placement. If you do a bunch of TDMs and T-hunts only focusing on crosshair placement, it will kind of become muscle memory for you and it'll help you a lot. Another tip that I saw a lot of people commenting about was about generally how to drone in better and how to take control of a map. So, quickly, I just want to show you, if you're going to be taking control of anything, if you're in a stack, if you're solo queuing, it's different. But if you're in a stack, and you're in your entry, you should not be droning in. Have, your Thermite or Ace drone you in, and take control based off of that. Because if I drone out this whole area, let's say I want to take control of Cigar Shop, and I drone out over here, Cigar Balcony, then I drone out Cigar Shop, then I drone out in here, and then I continue to drone out in Cigar Lounge and keep droning over here. I'm like, okay, it's clear. By the time I get off, there could easily have been someone who rotated from here. There could have easily been someone who rotated into here and came into here. So what you need to do is you need to properly drone by having your teammate drone you out, and you take map control. Wait a second, let the drone pass, and then push in. Push in based off of the drone. Kind of follow the drone. Don't immediately sit on top of the drone, because if there's someone there, they don't have enough time to give a call out. You'll get smoked, right? But generally, stay very close to the drone and just play off the drone. Because if an enemy sees a drone, think about it. When you see a drone you're playing, your first instinct is to shoot the drone. So if they see a drone, they go to shoot the drone, their crosshairs are down. What do? You swing that. That's when you swing, because then they have to quickly adjust up and look up and shoot. I'm not saying, like I said, don't sit on top of the drone, but sit behind it and be ready to swing off of contact, off of a call out. Alright, so for this next tip, this is not a tip that you guys even asked me for, but this is a tip that I want to give you guys to get, free kills. You're going to notice a lot in Pro League what people do is they use nades from below. But let me show you. Now, you can do this on many maps, but let me just show you in Oregon. Let's for an example, right? Common spots people to sit are right in this corner, as this is a very good spot to contest the door, contest if anyone comes up white, contest the window. This is a very common spot. Another highly common spot is behind the bomb chassis. That's usually right here, okay? The bomb chassis is always right here. They'll sit on the head glitch and they'll watch the white stairs. Very common. So, let me show you something. Alright, let's say, you're attacking upstairs. You can go in this window up top, and if you hear anyone in this corner, or you think anyone's in that corner, or you drone them out and you're in that corner, all you have to do is come to this window. You can literally prone so you don't get killed at all. And you just have to cook a nade and throw it at this floor. And when you do that, what does that do? That's a free kill. That would literally kill anybody who is sitting behind the bunks. Even if it doesn't make a hole in the floor, the damage will kill them. Like, this is such a common way to get a free kill. It's quite literally right here. And same with inside kitchen. If there's people, or if you think someone is sitting on that head glitch, you literally throw it right in this area right here. Except you'd actually hit it, but you'd throw it right here, okay? This is where you throw it. But you gotta practice the grenade throws. You see how I missed? Like, this is where the bomb chassis would be. Like I said, like, see, there's the bomb chassis. You could quite literally throw it here, throw it right here. See that? Look. If I would, that's where my grenade was supposed to go. And that would still kill someone, as that's right there. That's gonna kill someone on the head glitch. It's a free kill. I know I messed up my grenade. Roast me in the comment section, okay? Listen. But you have to practice this stuff, because, like, if you don't, you're probably going to blow yourself up a couple times. So I would definitely recommend learning how long to hold a grenade and when to let go of it based off of distance and what you're doing, because you don't want to blow yourself up in a ranked game. I've done it once or twice, and it is very embarrassing. Especially, it's bad. But this is an easy way to get free kills. Like, very easy. Like, no one's contesting you, and bro, just get a call out, or even, you don't even need a call out. Half the time, there's always someone here, or there's always someone in that spot, and it's very helpful. And you can do that on Clubhouse, you can do that on Cafe, any map that has any people, like, from below, you learn the spots, go into a custom game, figure it out, try it out. Free kills, literally. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. This was a bunch of tips from you guys, and I hope this does help you guys, because this is very different from normally. It's like a Q&A, essentially. But be sure to leave a like, be sure to comment, and be sure to subscribe. I will see y'all. Have an amazing day. Much love. Peace.